This game preview is brought to you by Manscaped's Premium Ultra Soft Boxer Briefs 2.0, complete with the all-new jewel pouch to protect your stones. Use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Manscaped, the perfect tools to protect your jewels.
Next game on our list is the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts at 0-1 with the tie last week against the Houston Texans. The Jaguars flat out 0-1 after the loss to the Washington Commanders. The Colts right now are 4-point favorites in Jacksonville against the Jags. They're over under a 45.5. But let us not forget the Jacksonville Jaguars last season and what they did. They made the Colts. They forced the Colts out of the playoffs. They bounced them. They made Carson Wentz look like a fool. They made the Colts look like chumps. And they took down the Colts to continue their 7-game win streak at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Aaron, how important do you think it is for the Colts to get a win here? Not just because of the fact that the Jags are on that streak, but also because of the fact that last week they played the Texans and they tied. They didn't get the job done. Now they face another team that they're, quote, supposed to beat. And if they lose here, could be big. So how important is it for the Colts to get a win here?
I'll be honest, it's not that important.
Okay.
I mean, for my power ranking is it's important. For how we feel about them, can they compete with the big dogs, Kansas City and Buffalo, it's important. But for the division, it's not that important because they play in a division where there's going to be a lot of losses. Jacksonville, Houston, Tennessee. So them starting 1-1 wouldn't be the end of the the end of the world. But I think it's important for them to have a better showing than they had on Sunday. I was not impressed. Outside of Jonathan Taylor, I just wasn't impressed with what the Colts were able to do. So I don't think it's particularly that important. I think sometimes we overreact to what happens early in the season, coming off of preseasons where nobody plays and bad teams beat good teams earlier, play them close or whatever. I don't like to overreact to some of that stuff. And I think the Colts are a veteran football team. I think they have a good defense. I think their offense will get things going with Matt Ryan. They're learning, together. They're growing together. I think it's more important for the way they look, especially Matt Ryan in that passing game, finding guys open. That's more important to me than it is to get the actual win. It's a tough thing for the Colts to go to Jacksonville and win. They haven't done it in forever. And I'll be honest, I don't know that they go and get it done this week either. Like, this is a game they could very well lose, a division game on the road in the hot-ass Jacksonville heat, humidity that I feel right here in South Georgia.
It's unbelievable.
It's a tough place to play early in the season. And the Colts are a dome team. Matt Ryan's playing the dome his whole career. It wouldn't shock me if Jacksonville comes out and gets a win. I'm still not going to look at the Colts any differently in that division.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to just stop asking you how important wins are because you always say they're not important. I guess I'll wait until like week 15, 14, 13, like later on in the season to give you the
No, you just ask the ones that aren't important.
Like, well, I think this is important. Like, I on the flip side do think this is important for the Colts because, like, maybe not like going forward. Like, maybe it doesn't. This game, if they lose, it doesn't affect them going forward. But like,
so then how's it important?
I think what if they lose to the Jaguars here, there's going to be some concern about the Indianapolis Colts as a contender. I
think there's already concern with Indianapolis Colts as a contender because
I think
when you watch a game like Houston. When you watch a game like Houston and you look at the teams like Buffalo and Kansas City, does anybody think the Colts can keep up right now with Kansas City or Buffalo?
No.
Can you name the teams that you feel can keep up with them? Like, it's a very short list. Tampa maybe at their best. Baltimore maybe at their best. Outside of that, who's keeping up?
I don't think there's anybody that can keep up with the Chiefs and Bills right now. Like, there's no one. There is not a team in the league, in both the AFC and the NFC, that can keep up with the Buffalo Bills.
So then we have concern about all of those teams. What I'm saying is that concern doesn't get heightened because they win or lose against Jacksonville. If they win, you're not like, oh, now the Colts can keep up, baby. Like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, that's my point is I'm looking at what they are doing to keep up with those teams. And whether that translates to a win or a loss, whatever. But if Jacksonville scores 50 and the Colts score 48, I might think twice because I could say that was a fluke for their defense because I know they're good. but
Yeah.
the Colts still put up 50 points or close to 50 points. Now I'm thinking differently about their offense. So to me, it's about what you show on the field, and the win-loss early in the season, especially in the division game on the road, is not as important to me. It's just not.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Predictions for this game. I will take. Oh man, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it again. Jacksonville wins this game 23-21.
I told you I think Jacksonville is a tough place to play. I normally go with trends, and the trend of Jacksonville beating them. Something telling me here the Colts are going to play better this week. I'm going to take the Colts in this one, and I'm going to say the Colts win 24-23.
My record predictions are going to shit already, and I'm going down fast.